Hi everyone. The month of April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Today, Tuesday, April 5th, 2011, is the Sexual Assault Awareness's Day of Action. I decided to create a video in honor of the cause. If you follow my blog, or you know me personally, or you were involved, or you've watched my video, my name is Sheena, LaShay, you would know that I'm a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. It began when I was 7 years old and lasted until I turned 14. And even though the last time it happened was years ago, for years I dealt with the side effects. And for years I've gone through the process of healing. It wasn't an easy fix overnight. And I guess the purpose of this video I have many purposes of this video. For one, I just want to say I think it's important that if you have children in your life, you should educate them when it comes to issues of sexuality in age-appropriate manners. I don't think any age is too young to teach a child about sexuality. The way in which you teach it may be appropriate or inappropriate, but I think you should engage children at a very young age. Some children are actually abused when they're infants or when they're toddlers. And so if you're able to give them the language and the empowerment to understand, I think that will go a long way. Sometimes that's as simple as teaching them the names of their body parts. If your kids can't even name the various body parts, how can they explain if someone is touching it in an inappropriate manner? I know the issues of sexuality can seem taboo, and we kind of hush-hush when it comes to them, but I think because of that approach, many people, like myself, have had to deal with abuse or assault, and I would like to see that come to an end. I think it's also important that you empower and engage your children. Teach them that they have a voice and that their voice is important. Hearing things like, oh, you're just a child, be quiet, those things are not going to help a child in the long run to be able to speak up. I think that if you are a survivor of abuse, I guess I would want you to know that it doesn't last always. You know, if you're in a situation where you're currently being abused, I would recommend that you get out of it. I don't care who is doing it. If it's your parent, if it's a teacher, anyone in some form of authority, if it's your cousin or your boyfriend, it does not matter who it is. You don't have to be in that situation. Get out of it and seek help. Even if it's hard, even if it's going to be challenging to do so. At one point, I finally did go to the police regarding the abuse I suffered. And while that did not result in the arrest or prosecution of my abuser, I still am glad that I spoke up for myself. If you're a survivor of abuse or assault or rape or molestation or incest, I know these are very dark words that we really don't want to talk about, but it's a reality for so many people. Actually, someone, if it's not you, someone you know has probably been raped or abused. And I mean, you could choose not to talk about it, not to deal with this subject, but it is a reality. And even if you don't know anyone, you see me, and I was someone who encountered it. So that's one person that you know. So again, if you are a survivor of such abuse, I would just want you to know that it gets better. I know that's a slogan that they use for another campaign, but that applies all across the board. For years, I suffered from many things, from depression, from eating disorders, all kinds of things. And they were hard and challenging. I wanted to give up. For years I thought I was poison, I thought I was dirty, that no one could ever love me, that I couldn't love someone correctly. It's just these negative thought patterns that happen from abuse and many other things. And now I'm at a place where I'm whole and I'm healed and I'm perfect just the way that I am. And You couldn't tell me any different now. It took lots of steps to get there. On my blog, I talk about the various steps towards healing in a series called Deciding to Heal. I have a lot of topics on personal growth and empowerment, which sort of document my change over the year, because you can reclaim yourself. You can do away with the negativity that happened in your past. And I know that even if you're healed, there may be days where you have flashbacks of what happened, or you have nightmares, or maybe occasionally you still have to see the person who abused you, maybe because you're in the middle of a court case or who knows what. I just want you to know that it's your life and you can take it back. And maybe your abuser did something to you in your past, but they don't have to have your present or your future. And I refuse to give anyone but myself my present and my future. So that is what I have to say. If you go on my blog, you could click various tabs such as Sexual Assault Awareness Month, or you could click the tab that says Sexuality. There's a tab called Ex-Stepfather, because he was actually the one who abused me. There's various tabs that deal with all sorts of issues like this, and you can find out more about my story and just the process over the years of how I got from being suicidal to now being full of life and living present. It is possible. You may not be able to see that right now, and so all I would say right now is just breathe. Just take a deep breath and breathe. I made this video for anyone who has to deal with issues like this, but I also made this video for myself. As a kid, I did not have a voice. As a 7-year-old, all the way through 14 years old. So I make this for the Sheena back then. I'm speaking up for her now, and I'm speaking up for myself today, and I'm speaking up for anyone else who doesn't have a voice or who haven't found their voice. Have a great day.